Hi everyone and welcome to my first eye makeup tutorial. I'm kind of going to tie this in with doing my foundation concealer as well. As you can see, maybe, I don't know if you can tell, I've done one half of my face. I've used the Younique Touch concealer in Taffeta. And I've also used the pressed powder foundation as well. I love this and it's got really good coverage. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly do this side of my face, get my eyeliner on and everything, and then I'm going to do a tutorial on the Splurge eyeshadow in Elegant, and I'm also going to use, so that's there, and I'm also going to use the Moodstruck Addiction palette one, which is lovely. It's got loads and loads of different natural colours, which I really like, and it goes really well with this splurge because this one's in Elegant, so it's kind of like a champagne-y colour, and it's really like glistening, so I love it. So yes, I'll do the other side, but hopefully you can see how good the coverage is. I know it's not great in this artificial light, but unfortunately, having 3 children, I don't get a lot of time during the day. So yeah, I'll do the other side and then I'll come back to you. Okay, bye. So I've done my foundation powder, I've put some eyeliner on now. Another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of the Younique pressed powder blushes. This is just a sample card which you can get. So I'm going to use Seductive just to go on my cheeks here, probably mixed with a bit of sweet just on top just to give it a bit of like a 3-dimensional look. So I'm going to do that now and then we'll get on with the eye tutorial. Okay, so that's done. So basically when I start with doing my eyeshadow, as you probably saw, I do put my concealer and foundation all over my face, even on my eyelids. And I tend to use concealer on my eyelids as well because it kind of acts as a replacement eye primer. And all that means is that when you put your eyeshadow on, your eyeshadow doesn't mix with any skin oils or anything, and it kind of makes it look a bit weird in terms of it might smudge, and also it really defines the colour. If you have an even base all over and you start with an even keel, when you put the colour on it's going to stand out a lot more, whereas if you don't, you know, sometimes your eyes have some blemishes, and sometimes the eyeshadow doesn't go on so well. So that's why I've done what I have. So I've prepped everything, I'm all ready to go. So then what I do is I kind of think, what do I want to wear? So what am I wearing today? What's going to go with my outfit? And to be honest, I normally stick with quite natural eyeshadows, but I do like it to have a bit of a shimmer or a bit of glitter in, but not over the top where it looks horrific. So this is why the Splurge eyeshadows are really good. This one's in Elegant. They're £21 each, but if you look, it's just a really nice kind of champagne colour. It's really lovely on the eye as well. Now the only thing I would say with this is it's really good, you know, for probably like a young eye, if you like, if that even makes sense to you. All I was meaning was that as you start to get older and creases start to appear in your eye, you've got to be very careful with these splurges because sometimes they can actually attach to the creases that you may have on your eyelid, and then it kind of, the look isn't really there. It kind of looks like, you know, a bit messy. So you should really probably stay clear of things like this when you're a more mature lady. I'd probably stick to the eye palette, to be honest. I mean, there's some matte and some kind of shimmery ones in there, and they don't cling as much. But I really like this. It works for me. Love it to bits. So I'm going to use this. So I'm going to use the Elegant. I'm going to team it up with Eye Palette 1, and I'm going to use it with, I think, so I'm going to use Elated. So Elated, I'd normally use a light shade in the inner corner of my eye here and just bring it down under there just to open my eye up. I normally then would use a transition colour, so I think because of that, I think I'm going to go brassy, and then I'm going to kind of layer it up with one of these darker colours on my crease. So we'll see how we go. I'm kind of going to wing it, but I just want to show you how I do it and just show you the Younique products as well. Okay, so we'll give it a go. I'm going to use my cream shadow brush from Younique. This is sole purpose is for these splurge creams. Basically, pop it in like that. You get that on, but you don't need that much. So I tend to just kind of get any excess off. So I've kind of just left with that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop this on the lid like so. Let's see if you can see it too. So as you can see, it's got a really, really lovely shimmer. So I'm going to use this as my lid colour. That on the eyelid, a little bit on that eye. I'm just going to do the same with this eye now. Put that on the lid there, like that. And you know what, this goes really nicely in the daytime, or you could use it, you know, to jazz up your eyeshadow for an evening out. There's a variety of colours available. I actually have this in a shade called Extravagant, and it's more of like a burnt orangey brown colour. So I haven't really experimented with that because I've been a bit shy with that, but we'll probably do that in another session. So I pop that on there, and now I'm just going to change brushes because I'm going to go into my powder eyeshadow now. So I'm using the Elated in the corners of the eyes, like so. Just opens out the eye and brightens it up. It's really, I know it's not great to see in this artificial light, but I will try and show you a bit better in a moment. So I've just popped that on, and hopefully you can see the cream powder eyeshadow. It's a bit difficult to see the other one, but there we go. So now what we're going to start doing is we're going to start building up the crease here. Now some people do this first and then blend it all in and work backwards, but I tend to do it, you know, from the inner eye out. So I'm going to choose which ones I want to use. So to be honest, I think I'm going to go Swanky, and then I think I'm going to team that up with the darker shade of Zealous, and just see how that goes. So I'm going to build it up, and it's really important to use the right brush for this, because if you use a big thick brush, this is going to go all wrong, and you're just going to use some gentle back and forth motions like this, and we're just going to build it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a lighter shade first, and then I'm going to build the crease of the eye up with the darker shade with a thinner brush. So I'll just show you that. So that's the brush that I would use to build up in your creases. It's an angled eyeshadow brush, and it's great just for building that up. So we'll crack on with that. So I'm going to do Swanky and just use my normal brush first. I'm going to use one of these brushes, and then we'll build it up. So I'm finished with the Swanky colour now, so now I'm going to do the darker shade just in the crease of my eyes. So I'm going to use the angled brush. This time I'm going to hold the brush a little bit further down towards the end, just because then it gives it a bit more control, and then you can actually a bit more pressure as well to get that darker colour where it needs to be. So again, just going to kind of follow the crease of my eye. And then because I tend to do a little flick, just kind of doing that as well. Hopefully you'll be able to see that now. Like so. And if you want to add, you know, a highlighter around the brow, that's really good. You could go with a shimmery one, but I think what really kind of works is to go with a matte one. And what you can do is, if you've gone overboard with the top of your dark bit, it kind of just, you know, amends that and blends it in a bit better. So what I'll do now is I'll get another brush and I'm going to just put that elated under my brow. Like so, and hopefully you can see that. And then just finish off, just give it a little blend in. Just so it looks a little bit cleaner, a little bit smoother, a little bit more finished. So there you have it. That's that eye done. So I'm going to do the same now on this eye, and then I'll be back to show you eyeliner and then our fabulous Epic Mascara that Younique have just released, which I absolutely love. So yeah, be back soon. So that's the finished look on both eyes. I'm now going to apply liquid eyeliner. This is Glam Eyes from Rimmel, available on the high street. It's just a really good liquid eyeliner. I really like the tip of the brush. It's really thin, it's really flexible, not like, you know, you can get those pen ones, which I really don't like, it's too thick. So with this one you can kind of make it as thick or as thin as you want. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply that and then I'm going to use the Younique Epic Mascara and let you see how that works. So it's at this point after I've done my liquid eyeliner that I normally have a look at my eyeshadow and I look at the shading and I think, do I need to add any more dark? Do I need to add any more lid colour? Do I need to bring anything underneath? Now looking at this, I think that I'd quite like to bring some more light under here just to open the eye out. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the Splurge cream again in the Elegant. I'm just going to bring a little bit down because I just don't think it's standing out so well with the matte elated eyeshadow that I used. I think that's great for just highlighting your brow line, but just to open this out just slightly, I'm just going to put a tiny bit just in the corner here. See what you think anyway, you might think it's too much, but I think it just opens out. Obviously don't go like mental with it, otherwise it probably would look too much. Just kind of really fine, and it'll just catch the light, hopefully. Don't know if you can notice a difference there, but I'll put a little bit on. So yeah, so I'm quite happy with that. Let's have a little look. That's not the right brush. Shading that dark a bit there. But yeah, you know, play around with it. But I really do like these eyeshadows. Sorry, excuse me. Love the palette one. Love all the colours. They're just really great for day wear. Really great. There's some really lovely colours. I think it's in palette 2 or 3. It's really like pinks and silvers and purples, which would be really pretty. So once I get that, I will then do a look on that as well. So we've done everything apart from our lashes, and you can't forget about your lashes because that's just what finishes your eye look. So you've probably heard me talk about it before. The Epic Mascara really is epic. I know that sounds really cheesy, but it is. And I love it. So I'm going to put some of this on. I'm not even, I think in my last video I teamed it up with the 3D fibre lashes, which you can get, which I've actually got here. So you could put that on, but I'm just going to go your bog standard mascara because we're just kind of doing like a glam date look, which I always like to do because I don't get out very much these days with these 3 children. Hopefully that'll change soon. So what, basically, normal applicator, what's good about this is that the bristles, you've got long and short ones so that you always capture each lash, and it spreads out your lashes so that each individual lash stands out. It isn't waterproof, but it's water resistant. It only comes in one shade. You can team it up with the lash serum, which is easy for me to say. The lash serum is basically a serum which is proven to increase the length of your lashes over about 6 weeks or so. There's a lot of girls who are in Younique who are doing the lash experiment, and a lot of them have had really, really good results. I haven't actually got the lash serum yet, but hopefully we'll be getting that soon. But anyway, on with this. So I'm just going to put 2 coats in each eye and we'll let you see the difference. I'll start by showing you my lashes right now, which is a bit weird. Go back to the camera. So there's my lashes now with nothing on, and then I'll show you it after. So there we have it, my 2 coats of Epic Mascara on. Hopefully you can see the difference from before. Now to finish off the look, I'm going to apply a lipstick. Now, because I've got natural, I think that you can really apply anything. But what I was going to do is to stick with the natural look, I'm going to apply the Lucrative Lip Gloss from Younique. This is in Luxe, and it's basically just like a really a nude brown, to be honest. I don't know if you can see. Really nice. Obviously just adds a bit of gloss, and it's difficult to talk about that, and just finishes the look off. So I'm just going to have that on now. Also, another thing I do, I actually put my concealing powder on my lips, just to give them a neutral tone as well, just so you actually get the true colour of whatever lip gloss or lipstick that you wear. I love this lip gloss, it's not sticky at all. It's just really, really lovely and easy to put on. Some can be quite gloopy and it's just awful. You feel like you're walking down with loads of gloop on your lips. Right, so there we have it, the finished look. Thank you very much for watching my eye tutorial. If you like what you see, please click subscribe. I'm going to try and do a lot more of these videos and a lot more demonstrations. Some will be much shorter, I can assure you. But yes, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. See you later.